Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to Dreamy Sleep Tales. Close your eyes and let your mind drift into a world where golden sands whisper secrets of long forgotten legends. Imagine an endless desert under a starlit sky where every dune holds a story and a mystical lost city awaits discovery. Tonight, embark on a journey to the lost city of Whispering Sands, a place where ancient relics, shimmering under the moonlight, tell tales of wisdom, adventure, and the eternal quest for truth. Let the soft cadence of the story lull you into a peaceful slumber as you travel through the echoes of time and the magic of dreams. Arin's journey began on a blistering morning in the ancient desert town of Kalima. The sun had barely risen over the horizon, casting long, wavering shadows over the bustling marketplace where traders and travelers exchanged tales and goods. In a narrow, dusty alley, tucked away behind a weathered spice stall, Arin discovered a faded, leather-bound journal. Its brittle pages whispered secrets of a city long forgotten, an enigmatic place known only as the lost city of Whispering Sands. Arin, an intrepid explorer with eyes that shone like the desert's distant mirage, had spent years chasing legends and deciphering old maps. The journal detailed the existence of a hidden metropolis, reputed to be buried beneath endless dunes, where ancient inscriptions told stories of wisdom, magic, and a civilization that revered the shifting sands. The promise of adventure and the allure of uncovering lost history stirred something deep within him, a longing to uncover truths that had been swallowed by time. Determined to follow the clues laid out in the journal, Arin sought out companions who could help him navigate the treacherous desert and its many mysteries. His first stop was the caravan camp outside Kalima, where he met Tariq, a seasoned guide known for his uncanny ability to read the desert winds and sense hidden dangers among the dunes. With deep-set eyes and a weather-beaten face, Tariq had traversed these lands all his life, his stories as intricate and shifting as the sands themselves. Next, Arin approached Dr. Helen Marquez, a brilliant archaeologist whose reputation for unearthing lost relics had spread far beyond academic circles. With a mind as sharp as a freshly cut obsidian shard, Helen's enthusiasm for ancient civilizations was matched only by her analytical prowess. She had studied many manuscripts and inscriptions over the years, and her expertise would prove invaluable in deciphering the cryptic clues that promised the location of the lost city. Finally, Arin recruited Rashid, a clever and resourceful local nomad whose deep connection to the desert was evident in his every word and gesture. Rashid's knowledge of ancient oral traditions and the subtle language of the dunes, the way they whispered secrets in the night, provided an essential bridge between the modern world and the mysteries of the past. With their team assembled, the four set out at first light. The journey took them far from the familiar confines of Kalima into a boundless ocean of golden sand and scorching heat. As the caravan moved in a slow, deliberate procession, the desert revealed its dual nature. By day, the sun's relentless glare transformed the dunes into seething waves of heat and light. By night, the landscape cooled and shimmered under a celestial tapestry of stars, the winds carrying with them murmurs that sounded like distant voices. The group camped under the vast dome of the night sky. Around a small, crackling fire, Tariq recounted the desert's legends, stories of ancient kings and mystical relics that were said to harness the power of the very sands they were made from. Rashid's voice, soft yet resolute, spoke of a time when the lost city was not merely a legend but a thriving center of learning and magic. Helen pored over the journal's weathered pages, piecing together fragmented clues that hinted at secret passages and hidden chambers buried beneath centuries of sand. One crisp night, as the wind howled and the dunes shifted like living creatures, Helen's eyes widened at a passage in the journal. The text spoke of a mirage of memories that would guide true seekers to a forgotten gateway, a natural arch carved by time itself, hidden among a cluster of peculiar rock formations. The journal described how the arch, when bathed in the soft light of dawn, would reveal inscriptions in the stone that only those with genuine hearts could read. The inscription, once deciphered, would point the way to the heart of the lost city. Excitement surged through the group as they set out at dawn. The desert was alive with shifting hues as the first rays of sunlight transformed the landscape into a canvas of golds and ambers. Tariq led them to a narrow valley flanked by towering rock formations that jutted out like ancient guardians. There, amidst the interplay of light and shadow, they found the natural arch, the fabled gateway described in the journal. For a long moment, the group stood in silent awe. The arch was adorned with intricate carvings, worn smooth by centuries of wind and sand. Arin approached and gently traced his fingers over the faded inscriptions. As if stirred by his touch, the stone seemed to glow faintly in the early light. Rashid's eyes gleamed with recognition. "This is it?" he whispered. "The desert speaks to us." Following Rashid's guidance, they examined the carvings carefully. Helen, her analytical mind at work, deciphered symbols that evoked images of celestial alignments, ancient deities, and a great reservoir of wisdom hidden beneath the sands. The inscription told of a subterranean passage that led to the heart of the lost city, a passage that could only be found when the alignment of the sun and the stars created a perfect mirror in the arch's opening. Days turned into nights as the group trekked deeper into the uncharted desert. The journey was fraught with peril. Sandstorms erupted unexpectedly, engulfing the travelers in swirling clouds of grit and dust. During one such storm, the team huddled together in a shallow dune, their voices lost in the roar of the wind. Tariq, ever the calm leader, guided them through the tempest. His intimate knowledge of the desert allowing them to find temporary shelter among rocky outcrops. The storm passed as abruptly as it had begun, leaving behind a transformed landscape and a renewed determination among the explorers. The desert, though merciless, also offered moments of breathtaking beauty. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, the sky exploded in hues of crimson and violet. The team rested atop a dune, mesmerized by the celestial spectacle. In that moment of serene beauty, Arin felt a profound connection, not only to the land, but also to the long-forgotten souls who had once called this place home. At last, after several arduous days of travel and relentless perseverance, the team arrived at a narrow canyon where the air grew cool and the sands shifted into patterns that defied explanation. The canyon walls bore strange markings, as if etched by some ancient hand. Helen's eyes danced with anticipation as she studied the carvings. These symbols speak of a city of light and shadow, a place where knowledge was revered above all else. She murmured, excitement lacing her words. It was here, in the hushed whispers of the canyon, that the next clue revealed itself. A particularly weathered inscription along the rock face depicted a series of steps leading downward, into a shadowed passage that seemed to beckon them into the unknown. The inscription was accompanied by an intricate diagram of celestial bodies, suggesting that only when the sun reached a particular angle would the path be illuminated, guiding them safely down. Gathering their resolve, the team waited until the sun was at its zenith. As the harsh light shifted and softened, the passageway revealed itself. A narrow opening hidden behind a cascade of rock. One by one, the explorers squeezed through, leaving behind the familiar chaos of the desert for the cool, silent mystery of the canyon's depths. Inside, the passage wound downward like a serpentine secret, its walls adorned with faded frescoes depicting scenes of vibrant life and cosmic rituals. The air was cool and still, a stark contrast to the scorching heat of the dunes above. Arin led the way, his torch illuminating ancient carvings that told the story of a civilization that had once flourished here. The murals spoke of a people who worshipped the sun, the stars, and the eternal dance of the sands. A civilization that had believed in the transformative power of knowledge and wisdom. As they ventured deeper, the passage opened into a vast subterranean chamber. Before them lay remnants of an ancient world. Towering columns, crumbling statues, and intricate mosaics that depicted celestial maps and cryptic symbols. The chamber seemed to hum with a quiet energy, as though the very walls whispered the secrets of millennia past. In the center of the room, a grand mosaic of the night sky stretched across the floor, its stars meticulously arranged to mirror the heavens above. Arin knelt beside the mosaic, running his fingers over the cool stone. "This is the heart of the lost city," he murmured in awe. "Every stone here tells a story of a people who understood the language of the cosmos." Helen moved closer, her scholarly eyes alight with wonder. The inscription suggests that this city was not built for treasure, but for wisdom. It was a sanctuary for scholars, a repository of knowledge that was meant to be preserved for future generations. Her voice trembled with excitement and reverence. The realization that they had stumbled upon a forgotten center of learning and culture filled the team with a profound sense of purpose. The lost city was not just a repository of wealth in the form of gold and jewels. It was a testament to human curiosity, the relentless pursuit of understanding, and the belief that knowledge was the greatest treasure of all. Yet, their discovery had not gone unnoticed. As they examined the chamber's intricate details, a low, menacing rumble echoed through the corridors behind them. Shadows shifted, and the flickering light of Arin's torch revealed the presence of figures emerging from the darkness. Rival treasure hunters, drawn by rumors of the lost city's riches and power. A tense silence fell over the chamber as the intruder stepped forward. Their leader, a grizzled man with eyes as cold as the desert night, sneered. "You've trespassed where you don't belong," he spat. "This city's secrets are ours for the taking." For a moment, fear gripped the explorers, but Arin, standing resolute amid the ancient splendor, met the stranger's gaze with quiet determination. These secrets were meant to be preserved, not plundered, he declared. They belong to the history of humankind, not to those driven by greed. A standoff ensued in the vast chamber, the ancient walls bearing silent witness to the confrontation. Tariq stepped forward, his voice steady and commanding. "Leave now, or face the consequences that the desert itself will mete out." His words, imbued with the authority of someone who had survived the harshest of dunes, sent a ripple of uncertainty through the rival group. Realizing that a full confrontation might ignite a conflict that could jeopardize the delicate treasures of the lost city, the intruders hesitated. In that fraught moment, Helen seized an opportunity. "There is wisdom here that transcends any material gain," she said, addressing both her companions and the rival group. "The legacy of this place is not measured in coins, but in the lessons it holds for us all." The rival leader's eyes flickered with momentary doubt, and with a curt nod, he signaled his men to retreat into the shadows from whence they came. Though the threat had not been entirely vanquished, the explorers had bought themselves time, a precious commodity in the uncertain labyrinth of ancient mysteries. In the quiet aftermath, Arin, Helen, Tariq, and Rashid gathered around the central mosaic. They knew that their discovery was only the beginning of a larger quest to restore and preserve the wisdom of the lost civilization. With great care, they documented every inscription, every carving, and every mural in meticulous detail. Helen sketched diagrams and took careful notes, while Tariq and Rashid ensured that the chamber remained undisturbed by the shifting sands and intruders alike. Days turned into weeks as the team painstakingly pieced together the city's history. They uncovered inscriptions that told of a once great academy, a place where scholars, poets, and philosophers had gathered to share ideas and explore the mysteries of the universe. It was said that the city had been built in alignment with the stars, its layout mirroring the celestial dance that governed all life on Earth. The more they learned, the more they realized that the true treasure of the lost city lay not in its material wealth, but in the legacy of knowledge it preserved. As they prepared to leave the subterranean sanctuary, Arin took a moment to reflect on their journey. The expedition had been as much about self-discovery as it was about unearthing ancient secrets. Each member of the team had confronted personal challenges and discovered strengths they had never known. Tariq's intimate bond with the desert, honed over years of solitude and hardship, had been a guiding light in their darkest moments. Helen's unquenchable thirst for knowledge had transformed mere ruins into a living chronicle of human endeavor. And Rashid's deep connection to the land had reminded them that every grain of sand held a story, a memory of a time when the world was young and full of promise. With their hearts filled with a renewed sense of purpose, the explorers vowed to protect the legacy of the lost city. They carefully reassembled their notes, sketches, and recordings, determined to share the wisdom of this ancient sanctuary with the world. Arin knew that the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges, not only from the relentless forces of nature, but also from those who would seek to exploit the past for their own gain. Yet, he was resolved to honor the memory of the long-forgotten civilization by ensuring that its lessons endured. Their return to Kalima was both triumphant and bittersweet. The bustling town, with its vibrant markets and lively chatter, seemed almost ordinary in contrast to the profound mysteries they had unearthed beneath the sands. But within each of them burned a quiet fire, a commitment to preserve and share the heritage of the lost city, to celebrate the triumph of knowledge over greed, and to remind the world that the greatest treasures are those that enrich the human spirit. In the months that followed, Arin, Helen, Tariq, and Rashid collaborated with local scholars, historians, and conservationists to establish a small museum in Kalima, a sanctuary where the story of the lost city could be told to future generations. The museum, built with reverence for both the ancient and the modern, housed detailed replicas of the mosaics, carvings, and manuscripts discovered during their journey. It became a place of pilgrimage for those seeking inspiration, a testament to the enduring power of curiosity and the belief that every mystery holds the promise of transformation. For Arin, the journey had been transformative. He had set out in search of a lost city, driven by a hunger for adventure and the thrill of discovery. In the process, he had found something far more precious: the realization that history is not a static collection of relics, but a living narrative that evolves with each new generation. The whispers of the sands had taught him that every story, no matter how ancient, carries the potential to illuminate the future, if only we have the courage to listen. Standing on the edge of the museum's courtyard one cool evening, Arin watched as the last rays of sunlight bathed the desert in a gentle glow. The horizon, once a daunting expanse of uncertainty, now shimmered with promise, a reminder that the path of knowledge is as endless and ever-changing as the dunes themselves. In that quiet moment, he silently vowed that he would continue to seek out the forgotten voices of the past, to uncover the hidden truths that lay buried beneath layers of time and sand, and to ensure that the legacy of the lost city would endure for all who dared to dream. Thus, the tale of the lost city of Whispering Sands became more than just an adventure story. It became a testament to the power of exploration, the beauty of cultural heritage, and the eternal human quest for understanding. A journey that, like the shifting sands, would continue to inspire generations to come. So, dear listeners, thank you for joining us on this enchanted journey through the lost city of Whispering Sands. As the whispers of the desert fade into the night, we invite you to carry the magic of these ancient tales into your dreams. Now, as you settle into a peaceful slumber, let the gentle hum of distant sands and the soft glow of starlight guide you into a world of wonder and serenity. Until we meet again on another adventure, may your dreams be as rich and timeless as the legends we shared tonight. Sleep well and sweet dreams.